Hey YouTube, glad you guys were able to make it with us once again.
Man, the Bro
Code channel. Now, we got this clip right here. I know it's pretty sad, but I feel like it's something that we gotta, talk, we gotta discuss, because this happens. So
it happens, just unfortunately happens a lot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because of all the lawlessness that's, and this is prophesied too in scripture as well, as far as, just chaos that's going on now that we see just turning on the news. Hate to even turn on the news sometimes, because this is really kind of common, bro.
Right.
But this was your clip, you know what I mean, that you felt really strong about. So I'm on board with that, because we can talk about anything, man. So you already know. So.
For sure. We're going to go ahead and let this clip run for y'all.
Milwaukee police arrested a man accused of killing a young expecting couple. This is 31-year-old Maya Tolbert and 33-year-old Giovanni McVicker. Family tell us they were dating and Tolbert was pregnant.
The double shooting happened last night near Teutonia and Green Tree. 12 News' Kendall Keys is there live for us tonight. And Kendall, you recently spoke with McVicker's family today.
Ray Blake, they're heartbroken, and they tell me he leaves behind 5 children and was expecting his 6th with his girlfriend, who was also killed here last night. And they say this all happened after an argument over music. A Ring doorbell capturing the sound of more than 10 gunshots. Seconds later, more gunfire. Just before 10:30 Monday night, someone shot and killed a couple outside the apartments near Teutonia and Green Tree.
You getting a call that he's no longer here. How? I was just with him. I was just with my brother.
Family identifying the victims to 12 News as 33-year-old Giovanni McVicker and his girlfriend, 31-year-old Maya Tolbert.
She matched my brother. I'm just gonna say that they matched each other energy. And they loved each other for years.
McVicker's sister says Giovanni was a father to 5 with number 6 on the way. The couple preparing to welcome their 3rd child together. Tolbert 7 months pregnant at the time of the shooting.
He took 3 lives and senseless. It was overkill. The way he did my little cousin was horrible.
12 News at the scene late Monday, observing a shattered window and evidence markers littering the street and sidewalk. Detectives going in and out of the building shining flashlights. McVicker's family says the shooting happened after he asked a neighbor to turn his music down.
This all happened over him simply asking for them to turn the music down. So it's senseless. This is really heartbreaking for us.
You can feel the pain there in her voice. Kendall, police arrested someone at the scene last night.
Ray Blake, a 27-year-old man, they stayed here at the scene after the shooting. He's in custody, and police are recommending charges to the district attorney's office.
All right, Kendall Key is reporting live for us tonight near Teutonia and Green.
Man, bro, so, just to go ahead and sum it up, this right here, man, is just, it's evil. You know what I'm saying, in a nutshell, man. But just asking somebody to turn music down, could they turn their music down? You know what I'm saying? It can just lead to something like this.
Right.
But we not just talking about one person's life, but we talking about 2 other people's lives, and that's the young woman and her baby, her unborn child.
Right. Now,
so,
this was the couple's baby. So we have the young man, Giovanni, and then we have his fiance, girlfriend, Maya.
Yeah.
And she was actually pregnant, because he already had 5 kids in a way. This would have been the 6th one.
Yes.
She's pregnant with the 6th child. So,
yeah, so it's very sad. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't need to happen, and I gotta ask you this, bro, because sometimes you go through situations and you want to go ahead and hey man, I'm tired of what they doing over here outside of a house. You know what I'm saying? It's disturbing my peace. Let me go on out here You know what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and check this in real
Yeah.
quick. Like, how do you feel? Because I know for a fact that, you know, when you younger, it seemed like you got more oomph, you know, to do that kind of stuff.
More testosterone, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, just being as an older gentleman who is not one of these YNs.
Well, I used to be a YN. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So from now I'm old head. You know what I'm saying? But I made it to be that for a reason though.
Right.
And I'll explain that to you. And especially in this day and age, you know. But I mean, it could have happened even in my day.
Oh,
you know, depending how you come, you know, approach the situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know, nowadays you really. It's gotten so. I think it's worse in these days and time than it was even in your days. You know, your time, my time, and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, because we still have a generational gap even between me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you know, I think we both can agree this is probably the most horrific, chaotic situation, careless. You know, just the lawless. You know, generation that we have now. So I think in this situation. You know, especially with me being older, you know what I mean? But I mean, being older, younger, it should be the same advice for anybody because you don't know who door you're knocking on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure if he knew them, they wouldn't have had a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? With turning the music down. But I'm assuming he really didn't know them. He might have known they were his neighbors.
Right.
So my thing is, you know, you the littlest thing you do could be the last thing you do.
Woo, man!
You understand what I'm saying?
Lying.
So you have to, but it's more than one way to skin a cat, though.
Man,
and I'm gonna tell you, you know what I mean. Now you know we got this and this perpetuation that we grow up with, you know, especially with the black youth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I grew up with it too. Don't snitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only punk snitch and this and that. Woo woo woo. Nah, man, I be on some Charleston White stuff, you know what I mean? You know, we're the big can of mace, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know, I'm not trying to build anybody up or nothing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have watched his brother, you know, and he's, you know, he can be a little comical, but he can be really real with it too, you know what I'm saying? But aside of all that, man, you know, he could have just complained to the management, the apartment management, or call the police. You know what I'm saying? And just say, hey, you know, or what? Because you just don't know. With you going over there, and then he's a young guy too. He might have been a little intimidating to them because if it wasn't like that, they'd have just tried to fight him head up or something instead of trying to shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta shoot the dude? He came over there by himself. You know he lived next door. There's probably more than one person that was in that house.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure.
But you shot him? You know, on some coward stuff. You feel me? So no, I'm not finna put myself in that situation. If I'm paying my rent just as much as this person over here paying their rent.
Right.
I had a right to peace and quiet. If he want to hear loud music, put on some headphones.
Yeah.
And it probably was late at night anyway because if you looked at that ring,
it was
it was nighttime. So you know, go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While you up, you know, with your jobless self, you know, anyway, you know, playing music while people gotta go to sleep, go to work. And this man had plenty of kids, so I know he had the job. You know what I mean? He got to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Baby's trying to get some sleep.
Right. Yeah. Babies can't go to sleep. They crying and then you getting aggravated. Your girl aggravated. She pregnant.
Right.
Man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen behind that. So I think, you know, and I feel in this day and age, if you do not know the people next door, you know, and then we don't know how he came either. Let's just be fair.
Yeah, we don't know.
You know what I mean? I mean, you really would have had to come like really polite.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, you know, listen, man. Y'all jamming over here, man. But listen, man, I got my kids and woo. It's a way to say things. I don't know how he said it to them. Yeah. So my thing is, this is just my coaching to anybody that's listening out there, from young to old. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if that doesn't work, call the management to let them know what's going on. Department management, whoever owns the property, or if they have on-site management as well, call the manager on duty or whatever. And if that doesn't work, always call the police. Now, they might take a while to get there, but I'm sure, they probably still be playing the music.
Yeah.
They'll catch them in the act. You know what I mean? They get enough of that, then, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But see, when you try to handle things on your own, people do stuff like they just did in this club.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if you get at them a different way,
Right.
you kind of save the conflict, and then it also helps teach them, and train them. Oh, I know I can't, 'cause I know so-and-so over here, so-and-so over there going to call the police, but that teaches them too. You can't just do what you want to do. You got to have respect for your neighbors as well.
Got to.
You don't own nothing. You don't live in the house. You live in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all right next to the wall to wall. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all, you gotta do better than that. But that's how I feel about that, Mo.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
that.
I'm just so distraught about, we're talking about young people here.
Yeah.
That they lost their lives, they kids, and the kids don't have parents anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I could even imagine growing up not having my parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had my parents, I was blessed to have mine till my old age. You know what I mean? Mom's still alive. My pops did pass, but mom's, as you already know, she's still alive or whatnot. But I couldn't imagine being little, losing them. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to tread lightly out here in this world, because you got a lot of demonic people out here, a lot of people that got these spirits attached to them, whether you believe it or not. You know what I mean? Don't make it not true, okay? But they got these spirits attached to them that guide them to do what they want them to do.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So just knowing that you got to tread lightly out here, you can see what's really happening out here. Remember this. We fight it. This ain't a battle against flesh. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle against principality and wickedness and high places, spiritual places. That's just a perfect example, another perfect example of it. So I just want to just kind of reach out to y'all out there and just bring the awareness out here of just what's going on around us. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us do know, but you got some of us that just really don't understand and don't know, just by knocking on the door, asking for somebody to lower their music, to end your life and your whole family's life. So that's what I got.
Man,
it's ridiculous.
It is. And so, condolences to the family. Of both that young man and that young woman.
And
you know what I'm saying? The baby. Condolences to the whole family, because that happened right here in Milwaukee. And so, it's close. It's close to home. So, just go ahead. Y'all think about things before you do them. Right. If you're watching this video, go ahead. Remember the Hulk smash that like button. Leave your comments in the comment section below and let us know what you think about this story right here. Until next time, you all.
Peace.
Peace.